oh, does that make me bi? Or
Like, I don't know.
It's a lot of gay men in high position.
y'all's emotions are like this.
People will always be like, well, who's the man of the relationship?
Run the other way.
Welcome back to the Be Free Show, everybody. My name is Brian Terrata, and today we are asking the question, do gay men and lesbians think the same? I would rather have two moms than two dads. Okay.
As a woman, there's just things that you need your mom to teach you about that, like having two dads, they might not have the knowledge to teach me fully about. Like, the period, the like development of your body, like that's a weird stage, I feel like, for girls to be in, and to have two dads, it might be like hard for me to like go to them and be like, this is happening, like what is happening to me?
Needing that woman to nurture, having that motherly love that you really can't get from a less emotional guy.
My dad wasn't a great person. My mom is my best friend. She's the only person who accepted me. Whenever I came to the United States, lesbian couples took me in like all the time. My best friends' moms, like they considered me like theirs. And
they're different from a lot of other people because they have two moms or they have two dads. So obviously they're going to be the parents can be more careful with raising their children and educating them fully on like their walks of life.
I would rather be straight than what I am.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Yay!
Well, I'm a late blooming lesbian. I just came out like 3 years ago, so I've lived that life, and I've survived that life, and now I'm flourishing in this one.
I just can't imagine being straight.
I know.
That's so boring. And there's so many like rules that society
It is rules.
it's all rules
Yeah,
that you
like-
have to follow.
being gay is part of who I am. It's like, I won't be myself if I wasn't gay.
It has its downsides sometimes because society can, put that judgment on you to pick a side or pick a gender. I feel like being fully in myself and knowing who I am, I don't have to do that. I can just be me and be loved for me.
Gay men are more accepted in society than lesbians.
You can't really tell like if someone's a lesbian or like a gay man if he's like super just like expressive and flamboyant by him not like being that like masculine. People are gonna be like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's easier for a girl to be her true authentic self because she could look as masculine or feminine and it's fine, but like, I mean, I go to the gym in like little booty shorts and people are like, oh my gosh.
We talk more about gay men in society than lesbians.
Because like that, I do think where it's like people don't accept me as like being a lesbian and taking that answer like strongly and being like, okay, yes, I'm gonna respect you, you're a lesbian, you don't like men. They're always pushing, like always.
Oh, they're like, oh, I can change your mind.
Yeah.
It's a lot of gay men in high positions. So it's still kind of like a man's world to where even if you guys don't feel accepted, you're still in high positions to make choices that can affect your culture a little bit more than a lesbian woman.
Say me and you were both in power, you were lesbian, I feel like people would not be as bothered to where like if I was in power as a gay man, it's like, oh, but he's gay, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think people would be more bothered that I'm a woman than I'm a lesbian.
Yeah, exactly.
That's another
That's another issue. And I agree 100% with you with that.
Yeah.
Just because we're lesbians and you're gay men, like we're always gonna be connected. You know what I mean?
We got to be.
I want to have my own biological children.
Oh.
I know.
What if you already had them?
Like I
Do you still want them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll keep them.
Everyone wants to see a little them, like what that would look like and like what that would be like. But essentially, no matter who the kid is or where the kid is from or who their birth mother or father is, like I'm gonna love that kid as my own.
Yeah. There she goes, moving us back.
Yeah.
Good job, friend.
Good job. Yep. Yep.
This is what communication does.
Have they figured out scientifically two different male sperms for one egg yet? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love my kid no matter what.
Yeah.
I just might wait until that's scientifically possible.
Can I suggest getting a puppy first?
We got cats.
Can I still suggest get a puppy first before you jump into the mini-me?
Hey, for sure.
24/7, it's exhausting.
There is a masculine and feminine person in all of my past or current relationships.
Even though we don't like picking roles, I'm definitely a lover of a more feminine woman. So I'm always gonna look for the more feminine woman, but she always has like strong personality, or, you know, it may not be in her look that she looks kind of mad or alpha, but in her attitude, she may be alpha.
I present as femme, but I roll full mask.
Right.
My girlfriend my girlfriend presents as androgynous mask.
Right.
She rolls as a closet femme.
Right.
So you can't judge a book by its cover.
People will always be like, well, who's the man of the relationship? And I was like, that's the point. Like, there is no man. And it's like,
Is
I'm...
it straight people asking you that?
Yeah, of course. And
Who's
it's
the
like,
girl and who's the other girl?
this is
So which
such a
girl
hard
are you?
because I'm very attracted to like feminine energies, and even when I used to date men, it was always gay men. So I'm very attracted to feminine energies,
Welcome.
but that makes I feel very androgynous and like very like sometimes I feel feminine or more masculine, and sometimes like gender roles make me feel like I have to act more masculine with my feminine girlfriend because there has to be both, but there really doesn't. Like there can be a femme and a femme relationship, and it's just like.
We take turns opening the door for each other.
Yes.
Yeah, we just take turns.
Because I like to think that I'm both masculine and feminine, and my partner is pretty much the same. Like, we don't fall into one category. Right. Like, we can serve and we can serve, you know.
I love
like,
how you went first position when you said that. He's like, we can serve?
Yeah, no, but actually, yeah. Like, there's literally no box we're trying to fit into. We're just being ourselves here.
As long as you're not pressured, as long as you're not insecure and act in a certain way just because of society, you know.
Lesbian relationships are more successful than gay relationships.
Come on now, like, are we gonna lie?
And you can define success in any way you want.
Okay.
There's all different types of success, but just with emotional, that 100%, like you guys, y'all's emotions are like this, where like I sometimes feel like with gays, like as soon as emotions get involved, they're like, run the other way.
And we seem to move in quicker and bond quicker and become like super monogamous quicker.
I'm on a little unique basis because my partner and I did, no offense, the lesbian thing. Like, we met each other, like 2 weeks later, he was basically living in my dorm, and we have been together for almost 9 years now. So, which isn't really normal for especially someone my age in this gay world.
I feel like men just, you know, the slightest thing, they run away. They don't fight back. They don't try to.
Well, it's also you have to be able to be
around,
tapped
yeah.
into your emotions, and I feel like a lot of people who have trauma from ex-relationships, they don't want to allow themselves to be vulnerable again and open up. So it's like easy to hook up, but then when it's like, oh, I like you, can I take you on a date? They're like, whoa.
There's a lot of really hard conversations I've had to have with my partner, but you literally have to have those conversations, and not a lot of people are comfortable having them.
Women like kind of prioritize communication, and that's like the key to every relationship is just communicating with each other and like talking about how you feel. And sometimes I think men have our society has made men feel like it shows weakness to show like your emotions and to like talk about things. But like I think once we get over that, like this would be a different situation.
I didn't strongly disagree because sometimes I see a lot more men married than women.
I feel like I see more women who have left their husbands for another woman. I just feel like that's more common in my life.
I feel like it's also the representation has been gay men for a long time, so women are kind of a little bit, lesbians are a little bit further behind in that. So I think we're starting to see more lesbians now being represented, but I think gay men started first.
Coming out shouldn't be such a big deal.
So I was born and raised in like North Africa and Tunisia, and it's illegal by law to be gay there. And the reason why it is illegal is because it's not spoken about it. There is no representation. They literally think that there is no gay man, there is no gay woman. It's some sort of a disease or a condition or phase. So if I come out and I tell everybody, hey, I was born this way. I'm representing my own people. I'm representing other people who are in my same situation. And I've done that, and like a lot of people reach out, and even like, and they're like, oh, like finally we have someone who's speaking about this, who's talking about us existing. It's always, if you don't speak about a certain problem, it's not a problem.
I think that it is a big deal right now coming out, especially all around the world. But when the question is like, do you think it should be a big deal? And I don't think it should be a big deal at all.
I would hope that we can live in a world where it doesn't matter whatsoever.
It shouldn't be a big deal, like at work, to have to say, when they say, oh, you should invite your boyfriend, and I'm like, well, I'll bring my girlfriends. Can my girlfriend come? Like, I come out, since I'm new, I come out every day, all day.
You're going to for the rest of your life.
Well, I just got to flag my fam, too, because I'm so femme. Yes.
But I understand completely, because I come from a Christian family where they just man, woman, and you know what I mean? Like, stick to that. So I really didn't care, but it was like once it spread around the community and my family feels embarrassed, and it's just a bunch of stuff that can just, I guess, make it very hard to tell your family that you in love with somebody.
I don't know, it seems like they're asking you to just stay quiet, you know?
Yeah.
It's no big deal, you don't have to tell me about your sexuality and stuff, but I do. That's how we are gonna be represented within the whole community and society. That's how you bring up issues in the world, right? Like, no one is gonna do anything about it if nobody is talking about it. All of these countries that have like homosexuality as being illegal, nothing is being done about it because no one is rallying about it, no one is screaming about it, no one is talking about it.
Abby, can you just explain to us why you completely switched sides?
Yeah, I completely switched sides because you're right. Like, we are privileged to like live in America where this is like becoming more accepted, but this is like a very small percentage of the world where a lot of the world it's not accepted, and it is a really big deal to come out. And I think us selfishly, we want it to be easy and like we want to be just like everyone else, but like in reality, like we're not like everyone else right now, and we are very, very different, and like that's what makes us like who we are, and that's what makes us so close and bonded, and it's a big deal to like come out and be directly against what society tells you should be. Yeah. So I mean, you're right, and it's a really hard thing to do.
Everyone is a little bit gay.
You know, when I tell somebody that I'm gay and then they try to pressure me into like trying things with girls, I hate that. And if someone is telling me that they are straight, I'm gonna take whatever they say.
Animals without, the higher level of cognition will act on their arousal, right? On whatever and whoever might be there. So I think at a cellular DNA level, we're all wired to love everyone.
I think that it's important to like respect everybody's labels and what they say they are, and I will always like respect whatever you say you are, but I think labels is like kind of what's wrong with everything. Like I think that like we're all just energy, and like once you have a label and you're like, okay, I'm just a lesbian, what happens if I feel like a little bit of an attraction to someone who presents as a male? Oh my God, now my whole world is like blown up because I put this label on myself. But like if we see it as more of just like a spectrum, I think there's less like freakouts and saying wrong or right to like what you're feeling.
I've literally always been gay, always been attracted to men, but we were talking about this earlier. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll see a girl. I know, that sounds fucking, oh my God, I need to stop doing that. That sounds wild.
That sounds fucking wild.
Thank you. But I don't know, like I was like the stars could align. Some girls I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous, she's so pretty, which sounds so gay. But
Are we basing it off of that?
What?
Are we basing it off of that? Like our own, like our...
Like I don't know. Maybe I'll see a girl. Maybe I'll try that. But I'm gay. Period.
I mean, I'm gay, and like there's girls that I probably would, but I would never have to like sit at home and be like, oh, does that make me bi? Or like you said, like world blown.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it also comes with like just being very comfortable like with yourself. And kind of what you were saying, if society was more accepting, I do believe more people would come out, and I do believe more people would act on those homophobic tendencies.
Everybody does have a little, you know, gayness or attraction in them to both genders. It just depends on, like you said, if you act on it or not, or if you think it's against your religion, or whatever stigmas come with, you know, what you think about the other gender.
When you start questioning people based on the way they act, and and you know, and that's why the whole toxic masculinity is a thing, and just because you're straight, man, you have to act straight and like be the man and stuff. But no, like just be yourself.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully the heteros can catch up with us and learn how to just move authentically through the world and just be happy and free.
Judgment free.
Thank y'all so much for watching Do Gay Men and Lesbians Think the Same? And we'll see you next time.